It's known worldwide that teachers can do amazing things. Teachers have the power to make or break a child's life in an instant. They have the power to show love and compassion and hope to children. And sometimes a single teacher can be the only nice person a student ever meets. And that could change the student's perspective of life forever. Every person has a teacher in their life. Even those who don't have the ability to have an education, an elder can be their teacher in moving along in society. For those of us that do have the privilege to have an education, there's always one teacher that impacts their life forever, and hopefully it is in a positive manner. In Alan M. Blankstein's and Pedro Naguerno's book, Excellence Through Equity, they explore the meaning of education for all, giving every child a chance to learn, to have a voice, and become the person they are destined to be. One of the most powerful sections of this book was the second part, called Getting to Know Your Core, because every person has a core value who makes them who they are, their purpose in life. I discovered my core when I was in early high school, but I see in teaching that I was one of the very few lucky people that found out what they wanted to be and what they're destined to be at a young age. Even my colleagues through the University of Central Florida don't even know what they really want to be yet. And it's hard to see that. And I've asked my students what they want to be when they grow up. And the most common answer is, I don't know. And when I was their age, I would directly say, a teacher or a writer, until I soon combined those two to become an English teacher. And I knew I didn't want to just be a leader, but I want to lead people through helping them find their way. I like to help people. That's what I'm destined to do. My students don't really know what their core is. And as the authors of this book say, drawing upon your core values helps people to navigate obstacles and move forward when confronted with opposition. And to help the students get through these obstacles of the life that is struggling around them, it can help them become a better person. And the paradigm offered by these authors to achieve excellence is grounded in the knowledge derived from three important areas of research. 1. Child development. 2. Neuroscience. And 3. Environmental influences on child development and learning. As I've begun teaching, I've seen that how the environment my children's work in can highly affect how they behave in classes. For instance, I have a student that always gives me trouble. She acts up daily, she curses, doesn't do any assignments, the works. I stay calm with her. I would ask her if there's anything I could do for her, if she needed any help. And she usually spit out and be like, I don't want to do this stupid work, it's not worth my time. I'd let her be. I'd call home, see if there's any reasoning, anything I can know about at home that I can help with, and I receive no response. Half the time, I don't even get answers from parents. And a couple weeks down the road, she became a little more upset than usual. And I finally made that breakthrough to find out what was troubling her. She's been in the gang life. Her friend that night before was shot down dead on the road. And it was becoming something she wanted to get out of, but she couldn't. And she is still struggling with that. And I can't imagine being in that type of environment and growing up in that. And how that would affect my development currently, let alone if I was 14 years old. And I took this book very personally when I began to discuss how to become a relevant role model, because I always want to be a role model to my students, someone to look up to. However, in this school that I work with, I can't do that the way the book described. I wasn't a troubled soul beating all odds. To them, I'm just a white female teacher, and I'm teaching at a 70% Hispanic majority populated school. To them, my past was a walk through the park. And as I learned what they go through, I agree with them. And we've switched roles, where I see them as my role model instead. However, I still set high expectations for my students. Even though I know that they go through a lot, I believe in them. And the majority of them have met my expectations. Since, as Blankstein and Naguerno has put it, children have a natural drive for learning and an innate curiosity that needs to be fed and challenged. I've always challenged them and given them the time to work towards that challenge until I know that we are successful together. This book has definitely challenged my thinking and helping me understand how goals are an important aspect of not just teachers, but students as well. As teachers, we have set the learning goals for our students, and we don't always share with them. But I think it's important that we start sharing these goals with the students so they know what to work towards. And I'm hoping to bring that into my practice as well. Because the students do have an ability to be excellent, and they can do this by being propelled through this equity. And that's what Blankstein and Naguerno wants to know. They can be excellent.